Shalom, shalom, Yasharala. Hebrew Israelites toss up Oklahoma. Once again, I heard the prophesy downfall of Babylon the Great. You know, want to start off first things first, giving our praise glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Federal Hebrew tongue speaking as the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and GMS. And shalom to sister brothers living this truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. So tomorrow today, talk about, you know, Esau about to come out with his, you know, diabolical plan, his global reset, you know, and during that time, it's going to be Jacob's trouble. And during Jacob's trouble, everybody's going to be put in that fire. You know, it's going to be a time of, you know, great tribulation, the beginning of sorrow. But us in the truth, hey, Yahweh Shah got our back. We should not be worried like them of the world, because we got protection that was promised us in our book. No? Let me say, you got the precept box.
Job chapter 5. Let's start at verse 18. For he maketh sore and bindeth up, he wounded, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yeah, in 7 shall no evil touch thee. Say, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither should thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. All right, and we know, you know, that the Lord's elect, you know, whomever be that number, hey, you know, Yahweh from outside is going to protect and provide for in these times. You know, it's like saying the time of famine, you know, the time of destruction. All right, the Lord Yahweh from outside will redeem the elect. Verse 22, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither should thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shall not sin. That's pretty much the point. Guys, you know, Yahweh outside is going to be that hedge protection for the elect, you know, becoming that stand as the hope for elect, you know, but we understand that we ain't going to be saved by no carnal means. Everything, you know, Yahweh outside going to put everybody in a position where you going to have to think, you believe that the Lord is going to, you know, redeem you, or you're not. You know, and hey, that's what's gonna come to. You know, Yahweh shall test that faith. You know?
Yeah. So you come in the spirit of the Passover, you know, you gotta look at the Passover, what it represented. The Passover represented salvation, you know, it represented being preserved. Most High saved our nation back then from Pharaoh. He's gonna do it again in this day and age on a whole bigger level. You know, you're gonna have bigger miracles, you know, the strength of our salvation, everybody gonna be looking crazy, like, you know, why are these men over here good? Like the Octave brother, the precept, they said we should laugh at the calamity when it comes. You know, our forefathers were totally protected during that time, but it's gonna happen again. So we saying, like the Ox said, it's time to keep that faith. Have it in that you have our shall provide that protection. Because Esau Edom is surely gonna come with that destruction. He's angry, he's starting to get free. Jake doing good, coming up. Esau don't like that. Esau trying to keep, you know, his hold on power. He's trying to stay in the rulership. And to do that, he has to do what? He got to take down the nation of Israel. They've always done it. Every 40 or 50 years or so, they cut our numbers down. They got to do it again. You know, they already suddenly did it with that scenario, you know, which a lot of us didn't go for it. So he got to come with that sword. He got to come, you know, hard body. He can't play around no more. Just like Pharaoh got mad when Moses was leading us up out of there, what'd he do? He rounded up his cavalry. He came, hey, coming to thrust us through with the sword. You know, Moses had to part that Red Sea, gave us that safe passage, that straight way that's coming again in this day and age. And I got a precept. It's Psalms 37 and 39. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And see, that goes perfectly with Jacob's trouble. Because we surely gonna be in them times, man. These devils about to cut off the power grid. You know, your electric gonna get cut off. And everything's connected to the electrical grid. That means no water, no gas. And that devil gonna put you in that position so you run to him. And it's like, that's why you gotta be thankful you're in the house of David. You got this truth. Because we know better. But the 2/3, they didn't make that covering of Yahweh Shah. They're gonna run right to that devil, right to that snare, and they're gonna be caught up in it. You know, you're gonna go ahead and tag it. But us, hey, we're not going for it. And so that's gonna anger that devil. Because he's ready for that trap to be laid, and he's looking for a 100% success rate. So when you don't go for it, he's gonna be like, man, why they ain't came to my detention center, my FEMA center? Why they still over there? You know, especially when you look and see Jake burning candles, still got some noodles, you know, still doing good. And they're gonna piss him off. He's gonna call up Alpha Bravo team, they gonna come see about you. With guns drawn, them swords right there. And that's what you're gonna need, that divine protection and intervention on your side. You know, nothing coroner's gonna deliver us in those times. That's why we gotta look for the salvation of Yahweh Shah. You need that cover. That's why the truth is important. And at that time, you can't lose faith. You can't be faint-hearted, get scared, you know, and be like, oh man, let me go ahead and roll up my sleeve, y'all. You can't do that, man. That shows you were never in the truth from the get-go. You had that gold, you got burnt up in the fire of adversity.
So those that sit unto them that hadn't arisen.
God.
We sit unto these devils, unto the wicked. Hey, you know, in the worst case scenario. This is Psalm 41, and we start at 1. And it reads, blessed is he that considers the Lord. The Lord will deliver him in the time of trouble. The Lord will preserve him and keep him alive, and he shall be blessed upon the earth. And thou will not deliver him unto the wiles of his enemies.
You hear that? He shall not deliver you to the wiles of your enemies. You know? Now, that goes for majority of the elect. You got some people that's going to get martyred, which really ain't no loss in that. You're going to rise first during the resurrection. So really, when you got Yahweh Shah as your refuge, it's really a win-win situation. There's nothing this devil can do. Even death can't stop you from getting what you know, want to receive, the kingdom. And the most I like that precept I brought out right there. When these devils come for us with their military, he said, I will not deliver you to the wiles of the devil. As I said, you don't know how our salvation gonna go. Like the standard might get lifted, you're a brother, you might get spiritual power, you know, a chariot might come out the sky, blow up Alpha Bravo team, you know, you might even just turn invisible. You know, you might just shut their eyes or blind them with a blinding light. They might get struck with a scourge. You know, anything can happen. You know, wild beasts might come out of nowhere and just like distract them while you get away. You know, it might be a flock of wolves come out, you know, and distract you so you can make it out. So what we're saying is salvation is coming. That protection is coming. And, you know, everybody's about to get tried right now. We're going to a testy time. I notice, like, people that's not rooted ground in the truth, they're going to start acting up. Your children might act up. You know, your partner, whoever you with, might act up. You know, things about to get tested. And like people that's not in this truth, they're the first ones gonna bug out because they don't know what's going on. They don't have an idea, so they're gonna act totally off the emotions. I know that the emotional vibration on Earth right now is fear and rage. That's what they're having. That's why you got a lot of takes putting their old ladies to death, their wives, killing their children, things of that nature. People gonna start getting high more often because they got that anxiety coming because they don't know how they're gonna make it. They don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, like you say all the time. So we got the light. That's your house shot. So we know the end game. So we're gonna be stable because we got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. 2/3 ain't got it. So that right there, if you around, you know, family 2/3, they're gonna bug out. But you can't let that make your faith waver. Your faith cannot waver. You gotta stay locked in and trust that Yahweh Shah get your best interest. He's gonna guide your path so you can see your Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shah, coming.
This is James chapter 1 and verse 12. It says, blessed is the man that endures temptation. For when he is
Yahweh Yahushua, you know, that promise is going to be to you that the Lord Yahweh Yahushua love him, okay? So if you love the Lord Yahweh Yahushua, you'll be able to keep the laws and statutes and commandments. You'll be able to take heed to his word, okay? So, you know, the Lord is not slack according to his promise. You got it. You guide your feet, man. That lamp right there. Guide your path. It's Psalm 140:4. It says, keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to trip up my feet. Woo! That's right on top. That's the spirit right there. You hear that? To trip up my feet. I just said the Lord is going to guide our path, man, that lamp, so we can make it through this. But like I said earlier, Esau's looking to trip us up. He's setting them snares and traps. You know, Esau's looking to get you caught up, you know, in a hard position. So when that temptation comes, Esau wants you to choose him. He wants you to come to him for the solution, not turn to your power. You know, Esau wants to set himself up as if he's God of the earth. He running. He don't want you to go to your power, man. He don't want you to be self-sufficient. That's not what the devil wants. And, you know, he's looking to clip us up. He the wicked. Esau is the wicked, man. He's looking to take our life, looking to, you know, basically make you bow down to him. That's what he wants. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. It said, there has no temptation taken you, but such as common to you, and common to man, but the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted, but you are able. Okay, so even Esau, whenever the snares and traps that he set before you, Yahweh Yahushua gave you the strength and knowledge to be able to overcome those snares. Okay, and he said, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape. Okay, that ye may be able to bear it. All right, you got it.
You know what's the way to escape? I have to hearken to the words of Yahweh Yahushua. I'm gonna get a couple of that. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city. She uttered her word, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you out my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused, I stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. For ye have set at naught all my counsels, and would none of my reproof. It says, verse 26, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mark your fear coming. So, you know, the words going out, you know, so with other apostles, not like my brothers. My wisdom finds, you know, in the place of concourse, highways and hedges, highways and byways. All right? And, you know, through the spirit of God, how much you outside, we are making it known, you know, hey, this is the times we're in, this is what it's to come. Thus said the Bible, you know, and hey, you know, either you're going to hearken or you're not. But if you don't want to hearken to this word, well, it's like it say, again, it say the Lord, you know, say, I will also will laugh at your calamity. I will mark when your fear cometh. All right, when your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. All right, so we don't want to be in that stead where, you know, hey, you know, that destruction coming unto us. We don't, you know, that's why it's very important to use this time that we had now. Make the best of it. As I say, make them tarry, turn to the Lord. You know, and, what's that? Ephesians chapter 5. Walk circumspectly. You know, not as fool, but as wise. Redeem the time, yeah. Redeem the time, because the days are evil. You know, so prepare for us. Yeah, we're coming into them evil days. So you got to roll out his diabolical plan. You got to cap it on off. You know? And you can't say you ain't doing that. We just seen him run a scenario, you know, where he made the whole world have to participate in that. And that was just phase 1. Phase 2 gonna be worse than that. You know, they getting you got rumors of war kicking up.
So you can't say the days are not evil, not coming up. Then you got the famine coming. Grocery stores are picked over. So you see the famine coming. Like everything Yahweh shall pass on this book will happen is happening. That's why he said measure the time diligently in order to know what season you in. And then you got the prophets out here to let you know where we at. You know, we testing the spiritual temperature. We testing like, you know, what time it is. And then we on the watch. We blowing the trumpet. Like, man, hey, Esau coming with the sword. Get ready. This is not the time to be in the spirit of mirth, you know, dancing and making little Hebrew songs and all that nature and celebrating. It's time to brace for impact and to lock in on this truth.
Going off the Hebrew Psalms I was talking about, this is a quick one. Hey, this is for the elect right here, man. That's why the Lord said, put on therefore as the elect. Because hey, if you put on as the world, you're gonna get that calamity, man. Like the brother read in that precept before, hey, the Lord said he's gonna laugh till your fear comes, and mock till your fear comes. So like he's gonna loosely paraphrase it. But this is Psalms 121 and 7. He says, the Lord will protect you from all evil, and he will keep your soul. And that goes into the elect, man. The Lord will protect you from all evil. So when that fire comes, you're gonna get tested. So you're gonna feel some pain. You're gonna hit it, but you're gonna keep from it. Like the brother quoted earlier, he said, the Lord gonna make a way for you to escape. Whatever put on you, he's gonna make it to he ain't gonna put more on you than you can bear. Paraphrasing. And that's what that precept is going to. He's gonna keep your soul in that time if you're part of that elect.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8, start verse 4. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who they say unto him, what doest thou? So whosoever keepeth the commandment shall feel no thing. In a wise man's heart discerns both time and judgment. And hey, so why do you have us outside? You know, for conscious truth, give us that discernment of the times, you know, the times we're in, and knowing that, but had an understanding, so we are able to understand the judgment that is to come, you know. And it's like, hey man, it's gonna be a time like I never was, you know what I mean? It's gonna be bad time. Unless you have that hedge, you help us from that side.
Back y'all up. This is Sirach chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. I'm gonna read down to verse 5. And it says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. Okay, so that's just like the Oxyacquality brought out earlier. You know, we know that the times of trials and tribulations get ready to come. So we're out here telling you that you need to prepare and be ready and call on your Lord Yahweh. Okay, and it said, verse 2, it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure it, and make not hate in the time of trouble. So whenever those time of trouble come upon you, whenever Esau Edom try to bring their sword upon you, he said to make not haste in the time of trouble. Okay, basically call on the Lord Yahweh and be patient, because he will deliver you out. He is not slack concerning his promises. Okay, verse 3, it says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Okay, so once all of those calamities come, and then when the Lord Yahweh shall deliver you out of those, that means your faith is going to increase, because he proves to you that he kept his promise. Okay, and in verse 4, and it said, whatsoever is brought upon you, take Salaka. It said, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Okay, be patient. All right, and it said in verse 5, it said, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Okay, so that fire is symbolic to the trials and tribulations. Okay, so you hold on to the words of Yahweh and keep your trust in the Lord with all thine heart, then that you'll become a acceptable man, and you'll be able to, give your chance, put your life in the chance to make it to the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, verse 3, it said, please on to him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in thy last end.
That's the creator, the power of everything. You know, I mean, you got to really have that spiritual understanding that, hey, you're outside, power is everything, all existence. So there's no other greater power than that right there. And that's gonna be the only power, the only thing that's gonna get us through these times. Real quick, Isaiah 65 verse 13. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, my servant shall eat, for ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, for ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So again, hey, servants of the Lord, who better than that? Who better putting on as them that? Doing the work. Hey, we're part of that number, but the Lord gonna take care of.
See, that's beautiful right there. That Doctor brought that out right there, because he just broke down the details on how the Lord Yahweh is going to save you out of the time of the trouble that get ready to come on his place. America, aka Babylon Great. Okay, because he said, "Behold, my servant shall eat, and you shall be hungry." Those are the non-believers that's going to be hungry. Okay, he said, "Behold, my servant shall drink, and you shall be thirsty." Okay, Luke paraphrasing. See, so all of those non-believers, they're going to be hungry and they're going to be thirsty. But if you believe on to Yahweh Shai, he's going to take care of it.
I got a precept that full circle. It's Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy Yahweh. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will hold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. So right there, the Most High basically said, I got your back. I got you. Now, like I said, he ended off with, I will hold you with the right hand of my righteousness. Who sits at the right hand of Yahweh? That's Yahweh Shah. That's the deliverer. That's the Savior right there. That's going to kick all this salvation off right there. Yahweh going to send his son, Yahweh Shah, and Yahweh Shah is going to deliver the hope we elect. He going to send out the chariots. He going to send out the power. Hey, it's gonna like Yahweh, like Thanos. He going to snap the fingers, and everything going to be set in place, man. And Esau Edom is going to get ate up alive. I'm eating the Psalms all day right here. This is Psalms 18 and 17. It said, He will deliver me from my strong enemies and from start over. Psalms 18 and 17. He will deliver me from my strong enemies and from those who hate me, for they were too mighty for me. So, like the brother just said, he's gonna send Yahweh Shah down. Yahweh Shah said he was gonna. He said, wait till he gonna rise to the prey. Yahweh Shah is going to destroy our strong enemies. Who's our strong enemy? That's Esau Edom, who got all this technology, who got these missiles, who got all these things to putting Jake on hell. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, straight affliction right there. I'm glad you said it. That was precept. It's gonna go right with that, man. You said that. Basically, like I said, eating out of Psalms, here goes another Psalm. This Psalm 34:19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered him out of them all. They're there, hey, the Most High just say, hey, man, whatever you're going through, whatever the problem is, man, I got you. I'm going to deliver you out of all that trouble, And like Kashan was saying earlier, like, this is the power that created everything on earth, The sun, moon, and the stars, You think he can't deliver you from, some humans that he made, and gave them the material to make their stuff? That stuff is low level compared to we have about Yahweh Shah got, man. There's nothing to deliver you out of that. Absolutely nothing at all, And really, it's just pleasure to deliver you out of that. Yahweh Shah is ready to show his power on the earth again. And he's ready to show it in a big, major way. He's ready to make people's mouths drop open. Like, how did that person do that? And the people gonna get it out of belief. Because we're the only ones worthy to receive the power. Because why? Because we believe. The world doesn't believe. The world is caught up in that delusion of Esau, his technology, they can't even see Yahweh Shah because he has blinded them, with his philosophies, with his technology. They're caught up, Only we can, that's why he said, blessed be your eyes for they see, and for your ears for they hear. The hope elect is connected to Yahweh Shah. That's why Yahweh said, I am the good shepherd, and it is my pleasure to give my flock the kingdom of heaven. And for us, if you stay doing the work and to the end, you deserve it. Ain't nobody else believe it but us. So now, hey, the Most High,
He want to know if you really about it, man. He don't want no lip service, no talk, all that little Christian, plantation Christianity stuff. No, man, he gonna put you in that fire. He gonna see, are you worthy? He gonna put you in the midst of Esau. They do their little mobs, little rallies. You might be setting up with the noose around your neck. They ready to kick the horse off from under you. He want to see, if you gonna hang tight, to the end. He want a job. Just like, what's that, the three holy children? He gonna put you in that fire. He want to see, are you gonna really hold out? Or are you gonna give up? This is the greatest judge ever. Ain't no finessing Yahushua. And that's what I'm telling you, that we gotta lock in on our faith, man. We gotta do it now. That way we in that situation, we know why we in that situation. We have the courage to stand against, our enemy. In the face, I'm bold as a lion. Like, Esau, do what you gonna do. I done told you, Yahushua got me. Now we gonna see you test the power. That's how we gotta be like, man, like that. Try it if you want to.
Right here. This Shavak, going back in the book of Shavak, chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, believe in him, and he will help you. Order thy way right, and he will trust in him. And then go back to Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not on thy own understanding. Okay? And it says, ye that fear the Lord, Yahushua, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. And he says, ye that fear the Lord, Yahushua, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahushua, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10, it says, look at the generation of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, Yahushua, was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise and call upon him? You got it up.
Yeah, man, that backed it up perfectly right there, man. The Most High, they said, hey, whoever put their faith in the Lord is being so confounded or being forsaken. No, none.
Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what is some that not believe? Should their unbelief, should their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? They said, God forbid. Yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as is written. Thou that mightest be justified in thy sayings, mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Ooh, I got one to back that up too. Still got smoke. But I got one to back go right with you.
I get 5 of them slugged. But if our righteousness commend the righteousness of the Most High, what shall we say? And the Most High is the Most High unrighteous who taketh vengeance. As I speak as a man, and say, Most High forbid. But then how shall the Most High judge the world? For in the truth of the Most High hath more abounded through my life to glory. Why yet am I also judging sin? Last one.
Yeah, so I got one in the first before that's gonna go perfect with that, man. That's the spirit right there. This is 2 Thessalonians 3 and 2. And that we may be delivered from unreasonable wicked men, for all men have not faith. But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. So, hey, these unbelievers have no effect on you. How about Yahushua, man? They're nothing but mystical, pestilence. Like, they're going to be, they're made example of why we're supposed to be locked in on this faith, man. They're going to go perish and go by the wayside. Yahushua is not dealing with them on this side right now because what? They lack faith. They don't believe. If you don't have faith, you ain't got the oil to get your engine going to even be worthy of, getting salvation or getting delivered. First, that's what I said. You got to be a faithful servant. We got to be like Yahushua, like Yahushua. He was totally locked in with Yahweh. We got to be the same way. We don't care if the 2/3 what they believe. Now, I don't care what they do. Pretty much, it's the time to be holy and separate. You shouldn't be around 2/3 too much right now. They're going to bug out. They're going to act a fool. And, you're going to see, they're going to be like reprobates, man. They're about to get their reprobate spirit. And that just shows they are unworthy. But us, we're supposed to have that faith, man. Because Yahushua said, I am faithful. That's why he said, I shall establish you and keep you from the evil. That's him showing that power. That's him showing you, like, man, here's your reward for believing in me. And like I like to do right, The priest said earlier, looking at our forefathers back then, you know, he delivered them. Why not us? That's the same power.
Yeah, I want to read that verse 7 again. This is Sirach 2 and 7. It says, "He that fear the Lord, and how about you outside? Wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest he fall." Okay, lest he fall is talking about those people that really didn't have no faith in the Lord. Y'all about you outside. Those are the people. Those are the 2/3 mindset. And then when you go to verse 10, jump down to verse 10, it says, "Look at the generation of old." You got to look at King David when he fought against Goliath. Okay, look at the 3 holy children. Look at Daniel. That's what it's talking about when it said, "Look at the generation of old." Read those stories, okay? Because those are the people that was not confounded, and they called on the Lord. How about me outside when they were afflicted?
David was always praying. I always asked him to look for the Lord. I got another one just to prove it. This is Psalms 12:64-2. This is King David. He said, "Hide me from the secret counsels of the evildoers." Hey, man, who's the evildoers, man? That's Esau Edom now. Hey, and who does King David have in subjection? He had Esau Edom and all these other nations in subjection until you know, what ultimately happened. But finishing off this reading, I'm going to start it over again. Psalm 60:42. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of evildoers, from the tumult of those who do iniquity." And that's Esau Edom 2:10, man.
I got a real quick to back you up with that one, man. Because when King David was praying to the Lord, what was he doing? He was calling on his name as well too. So this is Proverbs 18:10. It said, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower; the righteous run into it and it's safe." Okay, so when I brought out that the Lord, when King David was praying to the Lord, he said, "Hide me from the secret counsel." Okay, now that's what he was doing. He was calling on the Lord. How about me outside? He knew that name was going to hide him, and he was going to keep him in his protection.
That's why name is part of the doctrine. Name is very important. So, regardless of what the other parents might say, that's part of the mission of the kingdom of heaven, was getting the name back. That's part of you coming back to your heritage first, getting back the name. That's what got beat out of our ancestors when they got put in slavery.
That's another clear example of who the wicked, who the devil is. Because, you know, hey, you saw him pull out the names, you know, took the names away, you know, out of the Bible. All right?
They got wicked camps telling our people that, you know, you need the name. Got Pastor Pork Chop hollering the wrong name, clinging to the, you know, the name that they gave, you know.
But he showed the hypocrisy of the law, because he got these other camps saying, you call Lord whatever, but don't call our leaders outside of his name. You know what I mean? Right. So,
And that's a big hypocrisy. Right.
Right.
Call Nate something else, they get mad because you call the most high whatever you want. What is it? What it say? Yo play yogurt.
God. I seen a little group down here, and I was like, something. I said Bishop's name, and dude was like, Bishop Nathaniel. And then I asked him about the names of the Lord. He said, "Oh, you call the Lord whatever." But I was like, you know what I mean? They all on that one script, so, you know. But hey, that's
man work.
at the end of the day, I was just thinking, that's how you know your house when I set up, you know. But I got one real quick. Romans chapter 12, verse 2, also verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brothers, by the mercy of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service, and be not conformed to this world. All right, and again, how do you conform to this world? All right, by going along with the ways of this world. All right, and like it said right here, it says, "But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." And how we in that process renewing our mind by coming back into the ways you have us in our side, hearkening to the words, all right, of the scriptures, and say that ye may prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will of the Most High. All right.
Edification perfect. I want to get the definition of the word conform. The Greek word for conform is the meaning of it to conform oneself, one mind, and character to another pattern Okay, so that's the edification purpose. So when he said, "Be not conformed to this world," it basically saying, "Do not conform do not conform your mind and character to another pattern. Don't conform your mind to the patterns of this world." Okay, so that's it for edification purpose. All right, and then he said transform. So when he said transform, basically transform is basically immerse your mind into the ways of the Heavenly Father, to the words of the Heavenly Father. If you read the book of Psalm 119 and 9, it says, "How can a young man please his own way?" Okay, he said, "By taking heed thereunto thy word." All right, so when he said, "Be not conformed to this world and transform your mind," that's what he means, giving to the scripture.
That's how I want to back both of y'all up. Go right in there. First John 4:4. They are of Yahweh, the children, and have overcome them. Because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. No? So, hey, that tells you how about outside is greater than whatever, God in this world that he thought of conjured up. Yahweh outside is heavenly and spiritual. Esau is earthly and carnal. Everything he got is low grade compared to what our power got.
I want to back that up a bit. First Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31 said, they use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passes away.
This world about to go away because Esau's the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of that follow. So that's why when I read the precept earlier, hey, you can't conform to this world. You got to forsake this world. And like the Most High said, he said, because they got your high shall shine us, that's the kingdom of heaven already in us, having this truth. He said that right there is greater than what's in the world. It's greater than what Esau got. That's why Esau is trying to shut this truth off so much. Because once you got it and you got the understanding of it, hey, he lost one. There's nothing he can do now. Even death, even if he put you to death, he can't stop you from receiving the kingdom of heaven. It's over with,
This is Jeremiah 1 and 19. They will fight against you, but they will not overcome you. For I am with you to deliver you, declares the Lord.
Ooh, you hear that? Hey, he will fight for you. And like you said, they went praying to him very earlier. You got your outside, you're going to overcome this devil. Everything you got, this truth supersedes everything he got. Because this stuff is low, like I say, his kingdom is falling apart because it was low level from the get-go. Because he a fool. He doesn't have wisdom. He don't know how to rule. That's why his kingdom's been destroyed. And why would you, like his kingdom right now, like the Titanic? Why would you be on the Titanic when you have a shot to put you on a lifeboat?
So all Esau good at is just create the distraction or losing like through sandwiches like I learned
and that's the destruction. Like a warlock, man, ain't nothing but a wizard. You got little enchantments.
We was on the world one time, but man, Marty, I was outside. I'm balanced.
And that's because the spirit in him is greater than this world, man. And so we got the spirit of Yahweh outside in us. After a while, we was thirsting for him. When you thirst for Yahweh outside, you're going to automatically come out the world because you ain't going to like the world because it's not of his cousin. You're going to look at it with like a side eye, like, man, this is a wicked ass, backwards ass kingdom. It's like my French, but I mean, you just see stuff like, what the, you just can't roll with it, man. It's like it don't fit you.
He said earlier, be not conformed to this world. And that's where you have for the 2/3, they're conforming to the ways of this world, to the ways of the wicked. They say, hand join hand, wicked shall not be punished.
That word conform goes into being, following the pattern. So that's what the Esau, that's like the alcohol would bring out. The 2/3 are natural born followers, so they're going to follow the patterns of this world. Okay, but the true hopeful elect, they're gonna come out of this world, and then when all of these people that follow the ways of the world, they're gonna afflict you because you're out of this world. They like you don't belong here, so they're gonna treat you like you don't belong here.
They follow the master, exactly. Like keeping them going. It really makes them feel bad. When you're doing righteousness, it makes them look at their wickedness like a murder. And it's like, man, I should have did that solid. Right. Maybe I shouldn't have kissed on that dude. He's getting right. I done did this. Now I need drugs to sustain myself. Dang, he did right. He don't need drugs to be right, man. Then they get mad because you did right. It's like crabs in the bucket. They want to pull you down to their level. Like,
so he's removed from the power of opposite outside. Therefore,
being the devil that he is, hey, he trying to get everybody else to move up.
Yeah, he got the 2/3. They done drunk their juice. It was nasty. They see they made a bad decision. Us, we putting on righteousness. We stay cool. They see us, they get angry. They know they made a bad decision. When they're in the group amongst themselves, they feel good. Like everybody does. Everybody's like boo-boo. Yeah. Y'all done decided me. Exactly. So I'm cool with it.
You can't judge me, I can't judge you.
Exactly. Yeah. But when the dude come through and he ain't partaking in that, he ain't did that, now I feel some type of way.
And that's just like the scripture said, like, you can't judge somebody if you ain't got your death against you. Read Matthew chapter 7 on it. Okay, but all of those wickedness, those 2/3, they can't tell nobody to get right when they ain't right within themselves. So they would rather be, they comfort them. The ways of the world, they bring their comfort to them.
They're home and sickness. Yeah. They love sickness. Like a pig being in
what they just strictly talk about there when a pig wash the pig off and then they go right back to the mud and get all muddy again.
That's how they conform to it. They accept it. We didn't accept it. We like a lion looking all majestic, cleaned up, and they see that, they feel bad, man.
A lion having his hair combed.
Yeah, he run through looking majestic. They looking like, I'm all muddy, like, and they look at you like, how dare you?
Right.
Be looking all magnificent and in your glory. And I'm over here all 30, so then they try to convince you to come in the mud. You tell them, hey, my Lord said not to. Then they go deliver you up to whoever, in power. Like, hey, yeah.
I want to say that Brother Pepper, the wicked, on the sermon until that day of judgment.
I got a quick one right here too, because I read a precept that's similar, but because he said, my son is not come to serve the Lord, prepare our soul for temptation, because these are the things that we expecting. So when we follow the ways of Yahushua, we expect all of these things to happen to us. Okay, so therefore this is First Peter chapter 1 and verse 6. It said, wherein ye greatly rejoice. Okay, so when we being afflicted by the world, we should rejoice because we know that we're going down the right path. And it says, though now for a season, if need be, ye are inhabited through manifold temptation. Okay, manifold temptation, that means temptation on top of temptation. Okay, and Yahushua said it himself. Okay, he said, if the world hated you, just know that it hated me first. Okay, Luke paraphrase. In verse 7, and it said that the trials of your faith being much more precious than of the gold that perish, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at appearing of Yahushua of Mashiach. Okay, so when we get to the trials and we get out of there, okay, we're gonna have it just like the scripture said. He said, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearance of Yahushua of Mashiach. Okay, so when Yahushua get here, we might be found with their glory. We might be found clean unto him. We might be found acceptable unto Yahushua. Yeah, I got it. I got one with it. Saying this proverb 2:11. Discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of evil man, for the man is speaking forward things. You said discretion shall deserve thee right here. That's basically taking heed unto the words of Yahushua. Okay, because there's another precept to go into that. What discretion means is being 1 Peter 5 and 8. It's being sober, being vigilant, because the devil, your adversary. So when you have discretion, you know who the devil is. You know what type of trap that the devil get ready to place upon you. Okay, so it's going to preserve you. Okay, so when it says the devil, your adversary, as the one lion walking by seeking whom he may devour, you know what that devil get ready to do. So you're able to walk away from that. You're able to avoid the pitfalls of that. And there's another precept to go hand in hand with that, where he said, the foolish man shall foresee the evil come and hides himself, but the simple is passed on in our perish. Okay, so the simple-minded people are the 2/3 that's not going to pay attention to that enemy. They're not going to look too. They're going to continue on with the ways of the world and disregard what the enemy is doing. Okay, they're going to sit here and go along with the mandate, just a lot of the 2/3 did. All right?
They don't want to go through that straight and narrow way.
Yep.
Oh, like you know, and when they all boss on down like my brothers, hey, we in a straight and narrow path. No, sit down and fall down on the grave. You know, taking on the process, what it's going to pass. You know, yeah,
Scripture shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. Deliver thee from the way of the evil man, the man that speaketh forward things. He says, speak your forward things, man. So they're gonna be talking all kind of shit, turning people against you. And I got a precept to go with it. This is Isaiah 54 and 17. No weapon formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment shall be condemned. This is the heritage of the saints of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. That was fire. That's not a problem. Precept right there. Man. They said, hey, no time. What they say against you, you locked in the outside, that's still gonna fall by the wayside. So the outside said, my righteousness shall preserve thee. So us being righteous, been locked in on this, man. We ain't worried about like we saying earlier what the devil got to say, what the 2/3 got to say, or trying to tarnish our character, he doing this, he doing that. The demonization of it. Yeah, decriminalization of demoralizing us, basically throwing down our character, man. Yeah, this is righteousness sake.
Hey, because this is what it amounts to right here. You know, Matthew chapter 24, verse 24, which how Shai say, for there shall arise false Christs, false anointed, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. The key words, if it were possible. All right, so you're going to have elect, the Most High, elect the Yahweh outside, that are not going to be deceived through the Spirit of God outside. There's nothing these devils can do that's going to work for the elect. You know, hey, Lord will, we all that hope for number. Lord will, Yahweh outside gives us strength to endure until the end. You know, so
the reason why we're not going to be deceived is because we are taking heed to this knowledge. We're taking heed to the truth. I got a precept that back up what the author said, because they're gonna talk a lot of shit. Just like the author said, they're gonna talk a lot of shit just to try to bring us down.
Bring this up. I got one to go first. Sean brought out. All right. This one said the reason why we're not gonna be deceived is because of 2 Corinthians 2:11. They say to get advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. So that goes to precept about our earlier. We have understanding and we got discretion. That's they said it's gonna preserve thee. We know what this devil about to do. Therefore, we're not gonna fall for his snare. We see him setting the trap. So I gonna fall in the trap and I see the devil setting the trap. Plus, Yahweh said you was gonna set it. So we're gonna navigate right around it through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh. So they put the point to bring up.
I got so there's two of them. I'm gonna look to paraphrase one of them. One in Proverbs where it says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. And they didn't know it, how you can prove it up. All right, I think it's definitely like what Luke paraphrase. I know that's in Proverbs, but I want to go into the details of the power of the tongue. This is James chapter 3, and we'll start at verse 5. Even so, the tongue is a little member, and it boasts great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire can kindle. So that little tongue is talking about the ways of the media. Okay, how the media preserves, the so-called black man, how they always put the black man on, they have the gang bangers, prostitution, and so on and so forth. It started with the little tongue that spreading of the womb. Okay, and then it said verse 6, and it said, in the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity, and iniquity is full of sin. Okay, and it says, so is the tongue among our members that is defiled the whole body. Okay, so that goes into that peer pressure that defile the whole body. Like if you have a friend that might be trying to entice you to get some drugs or something like that, it'd be like, hey man, it's only a one-time thing or something like that. But they're speaking to you with that forked tongue. That's what the media does as well. Okay, and it's set on the fire, the course of nations, it is set on the fire of hell. Okay, so that tongue whether it be good or evil, it can lead you to the destruction. Whether if it's evil, you know, somebody speaking to you with a forked tongue, or it can bring you positivity to your life. But you got to be able to make an expression, just like the Aki brought out earlier. You got to be able to discern between what's good and evil. You got to,
and to do that, you gotta have what? You gotta have the wisdom out to understand. You gotta have these scriptures. You know what's acceptable to how about y'all shot, what's not acceptable to how about y'all shot. You know, this devil out here, he's finessing. He trying to say, what's that, bitter for good?
yeah,
You know, he's trying to say,
I
wicked
get
for
5
good.
and 20.
It's okay, you can do that. You know, it ain't bad.
Like Paul good,
Good.
They say, no, you saw Edom is the wicked, man, because he the one pushing. This is the agenda he pushing. You know, you got the LGBT stuff going out real strong right now. You know, they're trying to make that righteous. But you can't make that right.
And the crazy thing is the power of the tongue, where they got that media where the gas prices is rising up right now. So they're trying to blame that on Britain, but in actuality, if you do your research, we only get 3 to 4% of the gas that's combusted. So there's no reason for the gas price to go up high. So all that ain't gonna do nothing is bring a lot of more crime over there in the street as it is. You know, I had a customer on the route that got her on my route that got her gas stolen out of her vehicle while she was at work. So that's another thing.
I heard they were doing it.
Yeah, they doing it. All because of the power of the tongue. They're trying to blame, you know, they twisting the narrative.
Trying to put everybody in the hard situation. So you would choose Esau.
Yep. And it always start with the power of the tongue right there.
And these are, I don't know, Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil word is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of certain men is always set next to evil. Just because you have us outside, reaching out, touching everybody for all that wish we had, you know. And everybody is, you know, going after the ways of Esau, going after the ways of the world, you know. But hey, you know, have us outside, hey, you know, bring forth that judgment in time, you know, acceptable.
You know, see, the remnant is keeping it right. No, there's still decency here. That's what got this devil pissed off, because he does not have a sway over the entire world. There's still a remnant here that's keeping the laws and commandments, keeping the righteousness of get out by shot. So his spirit is still here. It's here to the elect. That's why he's going to seek to try to destroy the elect. You know, but this is Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy Yahweh, it is he that go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. So we got to stay locked in on our power right there. Yahweh Shad, that he has our back. You know, and you can see that already. He done blessed us with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That right there in itself is power. Because the whole world drunk off the Babylon juice. How we wake up? Why we ain't drunk off of it? You know, that's power right there. You know, we ain't got no means of influence. We ain't got no economic power, no seat on no UNC. You know, we heard lowly and the poor and meek. But yet here we are able to withstand the wiles of the devil through the word of Yahweh Shah. So his word is that powerful. So imagine when he flexes that power through the physical. You know, he physically put the power in brothers, giving that spiritual power to establish the laws and commandments right here on earth, which is gonna happen. That's Obadiah, I want to say 1 and 21. When them saviors come down to judge Mount Esau, because Esau, hey, it's Esau's last call for alcohol. This devil done. His whole system done. His economy through. His little finesse system is through. Propaganda is through. You know, the truth is having its way now. It's whooping this devil. You know, all this stuff is failing. Infrastructure going down. You know, bridges collapsing. That's his system right there. You know, this mug is falling just like ancient Rome. So all we got to do is stand steadfast, be bold as a lion, and declare this righteousness, man. And look at the devil like I dare you to touch it. He said, in Luke's paraphrase, he said, touch not my prophets, or do my prophets no harm. Yeah, touch not my prophets no harm. Like, hey, we flexing on this devil now. Like, hey, that's it. Well, the narrative is not with us. We got the truth. You know, we narrating this Bible. We ain't got it no more. Everybody can see he a liar. You even got heathens calling him out. You got his women calling him out. You know, that's when you know you done. When your women turn on you, you done. Used to be our women was against us. Now we got got women coming into the truth, getting in order. That right, that's power. They can go be a harlot. Everything can be given to them. They forsake. They want to be righteous. So hey, we got the winning seat. The devil's done. Esau is done. So-called white man is done. He said it's in. You know, righteousness is not about to have his way. Yahweh Shah is on his way. Yahweh Shah on the way. All we gotta do is hang on. We at the tail end of it.
Even says, take heed, brother. Least there be any of you, least there be in any of you an evil thought of unbelief in the part of unlimited power. So, hey, we can take the heed ourselves, and build up a faith, it's all a gift to the opposite side. In the times we're gonna come into tribulation. Hey, that's what then you're gonna have to stand firm in the belief of the opposite side. In these promises and these words. All right.
It's Matthew chapter 10, and I'm gonna start at verse 26. It said, "Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known." Okay, so all of these things, so Esau was being made bare. Okay, now eventually, since nobody is going along with that lying narrative that he puts out in the media, he gotta bring forth that sword. So Yahweh Shah said, "Fear them not." Okay, and in verse 27, "What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetop." Okay, in verse 28, fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Okay, so they're telling the difference between Esau and Edom. He's nothing but a man. All he has power to do is to kill the body. But we're telling you to don't fear him. Fear Yahweh Shah, because he has the power to kill both body and soul. Okay, so it's much more better to fear Yahweh Shah, because he can take you out of this world, but he can also bring you right back. Okay, then if you read Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 39, what he said, I killed and I make alive and I healed and I wound. Okay, all right. So all of those things. That's why we should fear the Lord, the Heavenly Father, the Most High, and not man. Okay, because he's the ultimate power. He's the one. He created all of it. All right, I got it.
Isaiah 45, verse 7 says, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things." The Lord Yahweh outside, I control everything. I'm gonna back it up even further right here. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 39. It says, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there's no God with me." Okay, so that goes with all of these other gospel that preaching that the so-called Jesus Christ and all of that. There's only one power, and that's your house, and his name is your house. Okay, and it says, and he said, "I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither there is anything that can deliver out of my hand." So your Yahweh Shah is able to keep a promise. So he can't nobody keep him from having to making and breaking that promise. Okay.
This is Psalms 91. I'm gonna just read down until it don't fit no more. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, and Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snares of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor from the arrows that flieth by day. And we already know what them arrows are. That's the nuclear missile. I could have broke down the whole thing, but I'm just getting points. Nor from the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor from the destruction that waits at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thy eyes should thou behold and see the words of the wicked. Because he hath made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. Thou shalt not no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For thou shalt give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy way. Thou shalt bear thee up in thy hand, lest thou dash thy foot against the stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lions and adders, and the young lions and dragons shalt thou trample underfoot. Because he has set his love upon me, I will deliver him and set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. From long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. And that just broke down the whole lesson that we just did, man.
Great protection, man. Can't get no plainer than that right there, man. That's covering all grounds right there. So
that's the thing that has most people in this world living, to make a gain in the worldly sense. All right, we spend hours outside. We come to the conclusion that, hey, through the Lord, hey, we're gonna keep it afloat, but we focusing on that hereafter. When we can find hungry. Store your treasures in heaven, not on earth.
I just thought about the whole duty of man is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. So that's the whole point. Right? We ought to hear to serve the Lord. How about the with God?
because we're looking for the kingdom. We're looking to be in the kingdom. We're not looking to be in this world. This world is filthy. That's why he said arise and depart. But
It's not correct.
This is not our rest, man. It is polluted. We're looking for a clean, righteous, harmonious kingdom, which comes with Yahweh Shah. So we're looking past this place. That's why we're not conforming. We're conforming to the kingdom that's to come. We getting ready for what's to come. We're in preparation. That's why this book is really this to prepare you for what's to come. Preserve you, be your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, give you the direction, the government. That's the government right here. I said we know the new rules in the kingdom. So we getting ready for that. We're not gonna perish with this place. This place about to go.
It's all temporary,
Exactly.
And it shouldn't be hard for you to see that. And like all of the ways of this world, it only leads to death. The ABC, that alphabet agenda, that don't bring forth life. And if you think about the ways of Yahweh outside, it brings forth life. The ways of this world, it brings forth death.
Abortion.
Yeah, abortion, all of that.
Broken home.
Right.
gas line underneath the house.
All of that. GMO food, all of that.
It's a leap. It's a blessing.
Right. And that lets you know through all of this filthiness, Yahweh outside is serving his elect right there, man. Through all of this filthiness. If you really think about it, with all of the filthiness going on in this world, I mean, we shouldn't even be alive today, man.
There's more ways to die now than in the ancient world. That's what Esau did. He invented more ways of death.
Exactly.
God, can't put no plans in that. So, with that being said, it's been edifying. We'll give all praise and glory to Yahweh. Hey, keep the faith. Yashral and Shalom to all the Akim and Aqua on the comment board. Shalom.
That was fire.